If you have ever tried to manage POA annua or POA trivialis out of your cool season grass, you'll know exactly how difficult this process can be. There are some products out there that are fairly expensive and also not rated for residential or DIY use. I'm talking about POA Cure, I'm talking about POA Constrictor, ethofumicate. These products are designed and labeled for professional turf certified applicators, not homeowners, which makes it very difficult for folks that want to DIY this solution to get the POA out of their desirable turf grass to actually go out and get that. So I was looking up a couple of different types of solutions that you can use as a homeowner, as a DIYer, to try and get POA out of your desirable turf grass, especially with cool season turf. And I found a couple of solutions, and one in particular that I tried here on my lawn, and I wanted to take you through the process of how I did that, the results that I got, and if I would do it again. So typically in the spring, trying to identify POA in your cool season grass isn't too difficult. It will be kind of a lime green color compared to the dark green color of either your fescue or your bluegrass or whatever grass type that you have in your lawn. But you'll also notice that it goes to seed head a little bit earlier than typically our cool season grasses will go to seed head at some point in mid-May. We usually get a flush of seed heads with the turf. You'll notice that the POA annua will go into seed head much sooner, but then if you also have POA trivialis, you'll see a very fast growing, thin, lime green type of grass that's protruding from the top. I have both types in my lawn and that I wanted to get rid of. And the seed heads look a little bit different. The seed heads on cool season grasses are typically more compact, whereas the POA seed heads seem to be a little bit more spread out and not quite as large, but those seed heads can cause you a lot of trouble if you don't manage those properly in trying to get rid of that POA. So the winning combination that I found that worked best for me, and these are actually products that I sourced from some professional applicators that I've talked to about how to control POA annua in a DIY scenario, and there are probably a couple of products that you already have on hand, and that is Tenacity, which is labeled for the suppression of POA annua and POA trivialis, not for a total kill, but it will suppress it. But if you tank mix that with a few other herbicides, one being triclopyr, and also sulfentrazone, which is typically a couple of products that you can find in a 4-way herbicide like the one I'm using, you will be able to spray that out. Now, I went ahead and applied a blanket application because I had POA scattered throughout the lawn. I wanted to just go ahead and kill it all at once instead of trying sample sizes in different areas. But I went ahead and mixed up a backpack sprayer at the label rates. Be sure to check your labels to find out mix rates and also the tank compatibility with other herbicides before doing something like this. But go ahead and apply the Tenacity along with the sulfentrazone and the triclopyr, and you want to do that over the course of 3 applications in 7-day intervals, and that will really kick back the POA and you will eventually see that start to die out. Now, I also time these applications with the heat as it starts to elevate towards the end of May going into the month of June. You really stress the POA out to the point where it's just ready to die out, and then the heat comes into play. POA does not like the heat, and that was really the deciding factor in eliminating the POA. So once you get those applications in, the heat comes in on the back end and finally eliminates that. So these are the results I had after 3 weeks of applications, and I'm pretty pleased to say that all of the POA that I had here was pretty much eliminated. Now, I do have some thin spots that I'm going to need to fill in because there was so much POA. I'm going to need to come back in and either reseed, or if it's really bad in your case, you can also go back and sod these areas. But your challenge at this point is not over yet. Once you've done this, you need to find a way to control some of those seeds that may have fallen in the previous germination period of the seed stalks that came up from the POA. So what you're going to want to do in the fall is you're going to want to apply a pre-emergent. Prodiamine is a good option in the fall and then again in the spring. And if you really want a little bit of extra added insurance, you can add a little bit of Tenacity to that mix as well. So you get the Prodiamine and the Tenacity together to help eliminate any one of those POA seeds that may have fallen, to keep it from germinating and you having to repeat the process all over again. So this process worked really great for me. I hope if you try it, it works out great for you. I know the results speak for themselves. I'm really happy with the way things turned out. I'm going to continue to implement this in the program as I see more POA problems come up. But with that, please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments in the comment section if you have any questions. Appreciate you guys watching, and of course, I'll see you in the next one.